Hello everybody and welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2. On the last episode, we went around the Pantagruel and was talking to the various people around here, collecting information as you so will. And so we have 3 more left on this floor. I don't know if there's any more on another floor to talk to before, I think before we can even move on. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is optional or important, but it has the right exclamation mark, so we're talking to him.
Having to travel to and from Crossbell like this is utterly exhausting.
Thanks, Ghost Whisperer. You are now on YouTube.
No, I mustn't complain. I'm doing this for the sake of my lord.
She sounds awfully familiar.
Who
goes there?
You're the Ashen Knight's pilot.
Who goes there? Did you not know that he was here? I remember you now. You were the Ouroboros, DBA the Swift, right?
Have you no shame?
Have you no shame?
Is it perhaps
No, he has no
normal
shame.
for you to barge into a lady's room unannounced?
None.
You and that Arseid are only as bad as each other, I swear. Learn your place!
How about you learn yours? Bite me. I'll show you. Come on. Also, what do you hate about Arseid so much? Actually, I just walked in through the door normally. I should have probably knocked before I came in, though. Sorry about that. True, you probably should have knocked. You did that for literally everybody else so far.
So, now that we're understood, what do you want?
You to get an attitude change?
Have you come to tell me that you'll be fighting on our side after all?
No, not a chance. Can you not jump to conclusions? Yes, please don't do that. Besides, it's not like you're working with the Alliance because you agree with what they're doing.
Oh, naturally. Lady Clotilde seems to have a purpose of her own. But for my part, I have no obligation to help the Alliance whatsoever. I'm simply cooperating because I was told doing so was necessary to the plan.
Plan? I'm not sure what she's getting at. Just so we're clear, that lord you keep mentioning isn't Vita Clotilde,
No.
is it?
She may be an Anguis like her, but my lord is the 7th, not the 2nd. She's the leader of the Stahlritter, the great light which guides us. Gallant yet beautiful, proud yet merciful. She's the strongest knight of all, and oh, she's simply divine.
Okay. Well, you made it clear how great you think she is. So the head of the Stahlritter is also a woman.
She certainly is. And if you must know, 100 swordsmen of your strength couldn't hope to equal her.
I don't like the look on your face.
No, 1,000, even 10,000 of you wouldn't be able to so much as scratch her.
Okay, I get it, she's strong. Still, if she's a woman who could be described as the strongest knight of all, Laura already noticed similarities between the Eisenritter and the Stahlritter, but she literally does sound like Saint Sandlot.
I see I've got you thinking. Incidentally, I may have already mentioned her title, but one can never share my lord's glory too many times. She's known as the Steel Maiden.
Still a maiden, huh?
And with that, I believe that's enough idle chatter. If you didn't come to tell me that you'll be fighting on our side, then we remain enemies. As such, we shouldn't be standing here being friendly with one another.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Sorry for bothering you. Actually, there was one more thing I wanted to ask. You're not an enforcer like Blue Blanc or Sharon, right? Is there any reason for that?
You just had to ask. Enforcers are selected by the Society's leader, the Grandmaster. And in order to be selected as one and given a number, that person needs to be burdened by some kind of darkness. But just so we're clear, there is no correlation between having a number and one's strength, alright? I'm quite strong.
I know, I kicked your face in. I didn't say you weren't, but it makes perfect sense. You don't strike me as someone who's carrying any kind of darkness with you. You're refreshingly sincere, like someone who hates anything that strays from the path of righteousness.
I'll thank you not to spout such such nauseating dribble in my presence.
Oh. Oh. Nauseating, huh? You seem to really liked that comment.
Now get the hell out of my room!
What? Why are you getting so embarrassed? This game is awesome. She chased me out. Oh, don't worry, Rain. She just was flustered. I'm really curious about the Steel Maiden. Could she really have some connection with the Lance Maiden? Perhaps even with the woman who helped us during our August field study. Most likely, actually. Okay, one of these rooms are probably bound to be McBurn, and one of these rooms should be... Who would be the last one? That's McBurn, I bet. Let's talk to him.
Huh? Oh, it's you. Forgot you were staying here too.
Yeah. What was that? It's gone now, anyway. Maybe it was just my imagination.
Up? I couldn't give a damn whether you joined the Alliance or not, to be honest.
I kind of like his design. Oh, I didn't come here for any specific reason.
Interesting. You mixed by any chance?
Could I sit down and talk with you for a while?
What a pain in the ass. So, what do you want to ask?
His personality could stand to be different, though. When we ran into each other back near Berehard, you asked a weird question. Something about being mixed.
That?
I didn't have the chance to figure out what that meant at the time. But what did you...
Don't know if I can even explain that one. It's just something you feel. What we've got mixed into us is obviously different in strength and nature. It's kind of hard to put into words.
Yeah, seems that way. I know you're not trying to confuse me on purpose, but I really can't wrap my head around what you're saying.
Just watch. There's no trick to it. I'm not using an ornament, it's not magic. And I'm not using an artifact either. I just will fire to appear, and it does.
So it's just a totally unnatural ability.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Something that just gives you results, without the processes you'd usually have to go through to obtain them. You've got one too, right?
It's pure strength. It's speed. Well, true, that power of mine wasn't something I gained from training. I don't even know where the power itself is coming from.
It's the same kind of thing. People who can do things like that usually have something mixed into them. Something foreign, unnatural, mixed into their body itself. Different to the church's stigmas. Looks like a pretty small part of it in your case, though.
Oh?
There, huh? Anyway, I couldn't tell you how, where, or why whatever it is got mixed into you. Sure you've got more questions, but sorry. I can't answer them.
No, it's okay. You've answered enough already. I feel like I understand myself a little better now, actually.
Good for you, I guess. So, we done now?
Yeah, thanks for your time. Oh yeah. So how much of you is unnatural?
Me? All of me.
Saw that coming. His circumstances seem very different from mine. Guess all I can do is remember what he said. Maybe there will come a time where it all makes sense. I'm sure one day I'll find out what this power of mine is. What the story behind me being given this power as a kid is. One day. maybe one day you'll stop being so afraid of it. Honestly, if you trained with it, like literally kept up your training while stop holding it back, you could probably have ascended way leagues ahead of where you are now. Because as long as he holds back, it's like his abilities are stagnating. I think I can send someone inside. Given the circumstances, I imagine it must be one of the people who fought us in Ymir. Huh, it's open. It's empty. Weird, I could have sworn I sent someone in here. Oh. Oh, I forgot about her. Looking at her lying down like this, she really is just a child. Maybe 12, 13, somewhere close to Milliam's age. How did a kid like this end up fighting with the Alliance?
Who are you? Who's calling me?
Is she talking in her sleep?
Situation assessed. Location is a room inside the guest area of the Pentagram. 9 hours have passed since initial loss of consciousness.
Guess she's sleeping comfortable enough here. Then again, she needs it at her age. She's got plenty of growing left. Wait.
Huh?
Good morning.
Schwarzer, why are you here? Unless my memories have been tampered with, I believe this room was solely allocated to me.
Oh, it was. Sorry, if I'd known you were sleeping, I wouldn't have come in here.
So you're an intruder then. Clown Soleus.
No, it was just an innocent mistake. Whoa, can't we at least talk about
No
this?
mercy for trespassers. So you claim to have no inappropriate motives for sneaking into this room.
Not claim, I really didn't.
But once you walked in, you fell victim to temptation and chose to act in accordance to your desires.
No, I didn't. How many times do I have to explain what happened before you'll believe me?
I was making a joke. Had you any intention of harming me, Clown Soleus would have attacked you. That he didn't proves your innocence.
Oh, right. Then what was all that for? Whatever. I suppose it's my own fault for coming in without permission. Anyway, I've cleared my name. I'll see you some other time, probably.
If that's what you want to do, you didn't come to ask me anything then?
Well, no, honestly, I didn't even know you were in here. I do have a lot I'd like to ask you, though. And just as much I'd like to say to you. Okay, if you're offering, what is your reason for helping the Alliance? Why do you have a puppet just like Milliam's? Just who are you?
The answer to your first question is, I was ordered to do so. As all information regarding Clown Soleus is confidential, I am unable to answer your second question. And as for the last one, I am unable to fully comprehend the depth of your question.
Oh, forget it. You abducted my sister and the princess. Whether you were ordered to or not doesn't change that. And it's something it's not something I think I can forgive. See you around. Sorry, that was probably too harsh. I can't pretend to know anything about your circumstances, but I do know you didn't abduct them of your own free will. Anyway, with that said, I'll be going. Maybe we'll have a chance to talk again sometime.
The Black Workshop.
What?
That's the name of the place I belong to. It was they who loaned me to the Noble Alliance. Unless you choose to join the Alliance, that is the most I'm able to disclose to you.
The name doesn't ring any bells. And loaned? That makes it sound like... I suppose it's none of my business. Thanks for telling me. I'll be sure to remember that name.
I can't see doing so holding any real purpose for you. Incidentally, did you have any untoward motives behind what you just did?
No, I did not. Blackboard shop. Loaned. Sounds like stuff worth remembering. Alright, let's move. What's up here? This is just a giant circle. I'm confused. Ah. This should be the guest of honor's room.
Yes? Who is it? Please come in.
It sounds like... Knew it. Called it. I had a feeling it was you, but I didn't dare to hope.
It's you! It's really, really you!
Your Highness.
I mean, how did you get here? This all feels like a dream. Please don't tell me it is. I don't think my heart could handle the disappointment.
It's really me. I'm so glad you're safe. I'm so sorry that you had to go through all this. If I hadn't been so weak and careless, none of this would have happened.
You mustn't apologize. Simply being able to see you again is more than I could have hoped for.
You must have been really lonely. I'm here for you now, though I might not be the most reliable person for the job. But I'm not going anywhere. Actually, we are.
So
Supposed
that's
to be,
what
anyway.
you've been doing all this time?
Yeah. I was happy all of us were able to get back together again, but then yesterday I ended up being invited onto, with the air quotes, this ship by Duke Cayenne. That's why I'm here talking to you.
I do recall thinking things were a little noisier than usual yesterday. Now I know why. Strange as it may sound, I suppose I owe the Duke my thanks. After all, if not for his invitation, we wouldn't have been able to find each other like this.
Sorry, I wish I could say I'd snuck on board to rescue you or something. Incidentally, I hesitate to ask,
You want
but...
to know where Elise is, right? She's not on this ship, I'm afraid. I can't say for sure, but I believe she's been taken to the same place as my parents.
Really?
I'm sure it isn't news to you that my mother, father, and Cedric have been imprisoned somewhere. And apparently, they've chosen Elise to be my family's attendant. So it's likely wherever they've been taken, she's right there with them.
Really? Not sure whether to feel relieved or what.
I can hardly blame you. I feel exactly the same way, even.
But why were you alone, imprisoned on this airship? Surely there must be some reason.
That was Duke Cayenne's decision. I believe he's using me to suppress potential rebellion in areas occupied by the Alliance, by having me address the people and calm them down.
Forgive me for saying so, but that's a little messed up, using you like that.
I don't especially mind doing it, honestly. It's a simple enough task. People all across Erebonia are uneasy about this war. And as princess, I should do what's within my power to help calm their nerves.
But at the expense of your own feelings? I know you want to help, but you can't be happy about being used as the Alliance's puppet to deceive them. Plus, you've been forcefully separated from your family, your best friend. You don't even know where they are.
Yes, but... Oh, why even bother? You see through everything, don't you, Reen?
This is a special case. Reen's usually a brick.
And
putting my feelings aside, what do you plan to do now? I presume you don't intend to actually do whatever Duke Cayenne tells you to.
Of course not. I'm really not sure what to do. The longer this war goes on, the more people will suffer for it. But even so, I don't feel as though siding with the Noble Alliance is the right course of action. And the same goes for the Imperial Army. I can't, in good conscience, side with them either.
I see.
There's so much to think about. You're being used as a puppet against your will. Middle East is a prison somewhere, too, with being forced to do who knows what. I have to act somehow to change things.
That wasn't your fault, Reen.
Ever since I was taken in by my family all those years ago, I've tried to be a brother figure to her. I became the person I am today because of them. They've always loved me like they would a real son. And she's always treated me like a real older brother. You saw the power of mine, didn't you? And what I looked like when I used it?
Yes, I did.
Back when I was a kid, something like that happened. I ended up using it right there in front of her. She should have been terrified of me. But if she was, she never once let it show. She treated me exactly the same as before. And that was when I swore deep within my heart, no matter what happened, no matter what I had to do, I would always protect her. And that's when I can't help but wonder. I can't help but wonder if now's the time to live up to that promise. If I should put her before everything else. Even if I have to ignore or outright betray my own personal beliefs in the process.
Reen. As your honorary little sister, I order you to get a hold of yourself.
What? Your Highness.
I know Elise far better than you think I do. In fact, I'd even go as far as to say I know her better than you. Reen, she's already told me so much about what happened 8 years ago. She told me about how that snowy day was what inspired you to take up the sword. She told me how traumatic that moment was for you. How what happened stays with you even now. And she even told me that, while she hated how she felt the tiniest bit happy because of it. Because it meant that your attention, your guilt, and your sense of responsibility were directed towards her and no one else. And she knew more than anyone how selfish that was. She may have had other reasons for choosing to go to Saint Estrella, but her main reason was that she didn't want you to keep feeling guilty because of her, more than anything else. She wanted to free you of your burdens. You should know, when you joined Thor's and were making new friends, and you finally seemed to be moving forward, she felt a little jealous, and even a little lonely at being left behind. But she was so very, very happy for you too. So please, Reen, please don't use Elise to justify not choosing your place in this war. Because I know for a fact, she wants you, of all people, to carve your own path and find true happiness.
Reen was speechless throughout that whole talk. How could I have been so blind? All this time I thought I was trying to protect her, but it's been the other way around since the start. And it's not just true for her either. Mom, Dad, Master Kaithai, all my friends at Thor's, they've been supporting me this whole time. How could I have missed something so obvious? Didn't you say that same thing when you were in that, what is it? Hot Springs? I'm not sure. Yeah, that was a nice stretch. I think I finally understand what I've been lacking inside me all this time. Ugh. I was so focused on trying to protect others, I never stopped to think about how relationships go both ways. Others trying to support me like I try to support them, and have as much of an effect on them as they do on me. How did I not realize before? I'm sorry, Master. I think you gave me that intermediate scroll a bit too soon. But better to realize late than never, I suppose. Because now I finally feel like I'm ready. As long as I keep that fact in mind, I won't lose control again. Reen has attained a new state of mind. He is now ready to use new craft, spirit unification, when the time comes.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. And I forgot to thank you for that. Forget honorary, you sounded like my real sister for a minute. So thank you. I think it's time we get going. I wouldn't want to keep my classmates waiting any longer than I already have.
A pity, but you're right. I was rather hoping we could stay like this a little while longer. But I suppose all good things have to come to an end.
Especially if you want to get off of the ship before they get back.
Take care of yourself, Reen. I'll leave Elisa's rescue to you. No matter what it takes, please. Why are you shaking your head?
Did you really think he was going to leave you here? I said it's time we get going, didn't I? There's no way I'm leaving my sister's best friend in prison in a place like this. I will get the two of us off this airship, so stay close to me.
Right!
She actually thought that he was going to leave her behind. No, not happening.
So, do you have an escape plan?
It's probably got something to do with the spirit path. Or, I don't think he can fly him there. He's chained up there, but if we can get to him, I'm sure we can find a way to use him to get away from here. First, though, we'll need to find a way to get off the ship off this part of the ship without anyone noticing.
Alright then. I never imagined I'd be running away from here with you at my side.
I think you did.
Elise is going to be so envious.
Anyway, let's get going. What's the best way to go about this?
There are a lot of very strong people here, so try to keep your voice down.
Not to worry.
You actually have a level in health? I see. Haha, the air duct. This looks like... Thought so. It's a vent. Well, that's convenient. Might lead somewhere else on the ship, you think? Most likely. Still, can't very well ask the princess to crawl through a vent. Nonsense, Reen. Of course you can. I'm ready to begin our great escape. But this is it's going to be all dark inside and probably filthy too. A bit of darkness and dirt never hurt anyone. I had to travel through some fairly narrow passages when we escaped from Himdog too. Alright, how about I go first? I'm smaller than you after all. No, definitely not. Well, as long as you're alright with it, I'll be going first. Like I said, just stay close to me. Alright then. You'd think the princess would be more mindful when she's wearing a dress. You would think. At least Reen was. What exactly are we doing here? You literally have absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna have to protect you is what we see here. What's this? Interesting. Actually, let me go and check up on Reen's quartz. I think we're good. I don't have anything else that I can switch to just yet.
I'm surprised. It's not dirty at all in here.
Maybe it's because the ship's newly built? Must be past the guest area then.
Interesting. So where is this taking us? Phew, looks like we're in the clear for that part of the ship at least. My, that was intense. It's like I stepped right into the world of one of those spy novels that are so popular these days. Anyway, here's hoping we can make it to the deck without getting cut. What is it? Soldiers are coming this way. Keep a safe distance and let me handle this. Phew, feels like the closest thing we have to someone ordinary here is that kid. Pretty nerve-wracking having to be around all of them. I just wish I could get to see Princess Elfin in person. Oh, what? Too late.
Good luck, Green!
Let's move.
Do I use this turn and get off a motivate?
All right,
can't hurt.
let's do this.
Right!
It actually could, but we're
my
not gonna
turn.
discuss that. Oh, you have arts. What does insight do? Oh, you have a passion. I'm going to abuse that. Oh, I thank you for that, more than you know. Oh my.
Let's move.
I'll thank you not to do that again. Thank you very much.
Burn to ash. Fall!
It's my turn!
I didn't expect him to hit so hard. Oh, allow me to intervene for a second.
Thanks. Gather on
You
my
hit harder
blade.
than I would like.
Strike! Okay, it's safe for now.
Well, can't complain about getting that 42 CP back. That actually puts me at a pretty good step. If we run into any problems like that again. They're strong. Are you alright, Your Highness? Yes, I'm fine. Thanks to you, of course. Let's be going. I'm sure to stay very close to you. Good. Alright, here we go. I'll just take this real quick. Oh! I can upgrade Marine's weapon while I'm at it. I think. Can I, actually? Yes, I should be able to. Crit plus 5 is all it is. Alright, let's see where to head. Guest area, there's an enemy down there, so we're going this way. But, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call it an episode here. That is all the time we have for this episode of The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2. If you like this episode, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all on the next episode.